Satya Sharma, how do you reduce council spendings? I think we look at the overheads actually. The overheads are the key for that. Every business, every organisation has overheads. That's what needs to be looked in, and very rapidly. There's also part of that is in the long-term plan process. We need to review the long-term plan and see what is being proposed to be spent on. That should be a council decision. That's why we need to do it early this term. We need to get on with that. Will local businesses get crippled by cost-cutting measures if you're elected? Many businesses aren't sure if Max from Mayor will be their choice, as they feel they'll get crippled by cost-cutting if they have council contracts. That's interesting, Paula Harvey, thank you for that question. Actually, I'd counter that with quite a few of those businesses with council contracts are coming to me and saying, we need your help. We feel that council aren't treating us fairly, and I can't name them for obvious reasons. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but actually I'm here because a lot of those businesses that I've stood up for and got a rates reduction in their differentials are telling me they want some help. And cost cutting doesn't necessarily mean we're cutting the services to the businesses. It means we're looking inside the organisation and going, where are there opportunities to cut some overheads? And yes, there will be some businesses that provide some of those overhead services. I'm not sure it's the business's fault that the spending's out of control, and that's what we need to get on top of. Parker Dallas Tony, you've got a tough job ahead, mate, but you can't just shut up shop and stop all spending. It'll be the old saying, you can't please everybody. Yeah, I understand that you can't please everybody, and thank you for the good luck wish at the end. No, you can't shut up shop and stop all spending, but you've got to make sure the spending is effective and going to where it needs to go. And I suspect, well, I don't suspect, I know that a lot of that spending is inside council with overhead structure, and I'll keep coming back to that. It's the overhead that is costing the extra money. Should council be spending on infrastructure rather than making the town look pretty? Luke Freakley. Instead of wasting money on making the town pretty, why don't we put the money into stormwater, ways, roads, etc. Maintaining what we already have first, and if there's money left over, then put it towards the bells and whistles. Great summary. Yeah, council are doing that already a little bit. The problem is they're adding more to that by doing all the other things that they want to do as well. Douglas Louis, are you going to get rid of the wasteful spending and push for an investigation into where the money is being wasted? I think the public deserves transparency. I think we deserve to know the full cost of the stupid cycleway that is never ever used. Douglas, thank you for that. I think I've covered some of this off already. Yep, that's what I'm going for. Get rid of some of that excessive spending where it doesn't need to go. Council doesn't have an income problem, it has an expenditure problem. It doesn't know how to prioritise where it's spending the money as well as it could. Murray Rogers, I was under the impression the so-called pot of money was empty due to it being overutilised to pay for those niceties such as LLC, which the majority of us didn't want to start with, and contributed towards double-digit annual rate increases. Yeah, well, the pot of money unfortunately never ends. It gets replenished all the time, and that's what leads to a culture of let's just spend it because it's there. So those two things go hand in hand with, well, that thing goes hand in hand with the rates cap is actually a tool I need to get some of that under control. So if you can't keep aiming towards a double digit, you have to keep your target lower. It becomes the new normal.